Hello everyone. Today we'll talk about the Genesis collection. Recently we had some whitelist mint and we also had a lot of raffles which distributed a lot of Genesis eggs and Genesis Queen eggs to a lot of new people who does not completely understand uh, the power of Genesis in the Honeyland ecosystem. So I'm going to try to explain what these are and how you can utilize this in the game. So there are two different collections in the Genesis collection. One is a Genesis B, and then another one is the Genesis Queen. Genesis Queen is like I think it's about only 1,000 can exist at all times. So both are limited collections. Both put together, I think they have about 11,000 NFTs and 10%. So 1,000 queen eggs and 10,000 bee eggs, like 10,000 Genesis bee eggs. So obviously, so there is a scarcity of this resource, so it has way more value than a normal generation bee or a queen. And I will explain why you will need one of these uh, because even though the as far as the male Genesis bee is concerned, they have they do the same thing. Like when it comes to mission, they just do the same thing. They hunt just like another generation bee, and they harvest just like another Genesis generation bee. But the Genesis male bee has something special where even if it's endurance is the number which decide which zone it can travel. I will show you what it means. So I have two Genesis bees with me. I will show you what the stats looks like for it and what matters when it comes to a Genesis bee. So these are the two Genesis bees I have. If you see the endurance is 190, but it says zone 8. And if you see this one, the endurance is only 164, but it can still travel to zone 8. That's one of the specialities. And let's go. I will compare this with a with another generation. Let's say B, and then I'm going to choose endurance, top to bottom, and then we'll go this way. If you see, mine sits somewhere here. So if I click this, it will still say zone 8, but the number is only worth zone 4. So it's very important that it is able to travel till zone 8 because whatever stats a bee has is subjected to a halving. They call it as halving, depending on the zone. So the lower the zone, the more you lose the value. When I say value, all these values like agility, luck, capacity will be reduced depending on the number of halving. But a zone 8 always gives 100% of whatever the bee's capacity or the stats are. So that's one of the important things. And we've spoken about breeding, and the male bee decides the generation of your offspring. So a Genesis bee will result in a Gen 1 um, Gen 1 B. So that's another very important thing. But the main use of the Genesis male is to create Gen 1 Queen for breeding 18 more breeds. At least for me, it's a pity to make just Gen 1 bees uh, for hunting or harvesting, because the value it brings by breeding a generation 1 queen with the Genesis bee is way more higher. You will need one of these in order to populate the upcoming universe with better bees, of course. So those are the important things you need to know about the Genesis bee. Still have this giveaway in the coming week on 24th of June. I will be giving away this queen. So if you haven't participated, go comment on that video, subscribe, and you should comment your game name in a separate comment. So see you soon. Zub zub, subscribe.